Hey guys, it's Karina. I haven't been live in a while because of a lot of things going on this summer. And so here I am back in Kansas City for a short period of time, back in my beautiful office here, and wanted to go live because I have been talking to ladies like I always do and hearing a lot of them say that they're not getting the sales they want. So tell me, is that you? In the comments. I can't see them right now. I will have to, hopefully they will pop up on my my screen as I'm going live on my phone here right now. But in order to get sales, there are lots of things that you have to do. And I feel like a lot of people think that if you buy products and you just, hey Mary, you buy products and you throw up a website that you're going to get sales. And if you don't, then you're a failure. So if you're watching this, tell me if you agree in the comments. I know that that's a pretty common thing. And I typically will see ladies give up after about, I feel like the 3 to 4 month mark is pretty common, where you spend the money on some things, you get your business set up the way you think that you're supposed to, and you don't get the sales, and so you just kind of decide that you're a failure and it didn't work for you. But what I'm here to say is that is normal. That is completely normal for things to not be booming for you after 3 or 4 months. It does take at least 6 months, and I know it's really disheartening to have that, sometimes where you expect to have some really great launch and everyone's going to support you, and it is just not normal, right? So I want you to, if you are starting your business and you're in the first even 6 months, I want you to think about the fact that you're still in this. And if you haven't quit so far, that's actually abnormal. Most people quit before the 6 month mark that I see, and they just decided it's just not going to work. So for those of you that aren't quitting, I want to talk to you today because I have some really cool stuff coming up. I have created, along with my team, a really cool social media marketing thing that I'm going to announce later this week. But for today, I've got some advanced marketing techniques that I want to go over with you. And this is for ladies that have their products. This is not for beginners. This is for ladies that they have some customer base, they have products, they have a website, or somewhere that they're selling. If you're in the academy, you've got much more advanced techniques than this, but these are always good to go back and look at. Number 1. Your customers do not care about your business. They care about themselves. And I know that's really harsh, and it feels weird and kind of almost mean to say that. But think about it. When you're going to a store to shop, you're not concerned about if the store's profitable, right? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, or do you agree with that? If you walk into a store, I think about stuff like that, but I think I'm weird. Like, I'll be like, wow, talking about their sales strategies and stuff. But you don't care if they're profitable. Just as your customers do not care about your business, most likely. Their focus is on themselves. Do you have what they need, right? So you always want to keep that in mind when you're doing marketing. They don't care that you love a product. So you always want to use, you will love this. It's all about them. So in your social media and your emails, I cringe when I see this. Don't say, we are just loving this new blah, blah, blah that we got in. So that makes the focus on you, yourself, and not on your customer. So it's always, you're going to love this. I bought this for you. I did this for you. It's all about them. And it's not because they don't care about you, but they really don't. Okay. Number 2, a small percentage of your customers are responsible for most likely the largest portion of your sales. So this is kind of a higher level thing. You have to have had some sales to be able to dig into this, but do you know who your big spenders are? If you were to look back over the last 6 months, Do you know who has spent the most money with you? And if you don't, you need to go to your reports, like as soon as this is over, and see who they are. The next step is, do they know that they're valuable to you? Do they feel valued? There was one year that I took my top 20 spenders at my store, I think it was like 2016, and I sent them all without even telling them that it was coming. I just went and got my top spenders, and I filled a box with stuff like gifts and scarves and candles and all kinds of cool stuff that I had on hand, and a handwritten Christmas card, right? And I shipped it to them. And each box cost me about $50 wholesale, at least. And plus the shipping was like $20 because they weighed so much, because I literally put all this good stuff in there. And I told them how much I appreciated them. And that, thank you. Thank you for supporting my business. So you need to know who your big spenders are, because people in that top, I know you've probably heard the 80-20 thing. 20% of your customers are typically responsible for 80% of your sales. You should not be treating everybody the same. You should have a VIP group that you speak to in a different, you should be sectioning them off. I forget the word now. But you should be sending them extra emails or different emails, or maybe I've even gone and sent them an email from my own personal email address. Are you calling them and saying, hey, thanks for the business. I really appreciate it. Just letting them know that they're special. That's something that a lot of small businesses don't do. And the ones that do it, you remember, right? I know that and I do this almost without thinking. I give my business to people in all areas of life, to people that are advertising. Think about that, because do you imagine those people that are advertising, that are actually sending the emails, putting the ads out there, they're asking for your business, right? So why wouldn't you choose them over someone that's not spending the money on the advertising and not spending the time on the advertising, right? Think about that. Like, I know you probably in your neighborhood have people that put signs up or whatever, right? And I know it can be annoying. But think about it. They are asking for your business. They are actually like either going and putting those signs up, or they are paying somebody, right? They are looking for business. And so I would much rather support them than somebody that is just sitting there expecting me to come buy from them without them doing anything. Number 3, for customers to buy, are you compelling them to buy from you? For customers to make a purchase, it's either going to be something to make them feel good about themselves, or it is going to solve a problem. Are you speaking to those things in your marketing? So tell me in the comments, are you speaking to that? Do your customers make them feel good about themselves, or do they solve a problem? It depends on what your product is, right? If you're selling women's clothing, like I know a lot of you are making them feel good about themselves, right? Are you conveying that in your marketing? Are you speaking to that? Think about that for a second. When you talk to them, are you talking to them about how your product will help them either feel good about themselves or solve a problem? Number 4, last one. What is your USP, or your unique selling proposition? How do you, if you're not getting sales right now, or you're not making the sales you want, how are you different? How are your products or your business different, unique, better? Those of you that make something, how is the thing that you make better than someone else's? That needs to be the first thing that you're pointing out in your marketing, in your social media, in your emails. Why are you better? Is it that you're a small business? Is that it's handmade? Is that it's handpicked? Like I know mine is, I handpick the items that I put on my store. That can be, a really common one. We personally pick these things out for you, curate these products for you, because of this, because they're better. If you make a product, why is it better? You know, I don't know a lot about candle making, but I do know there are different types of candles. Why is yours better? So don't forget that, because that is super important for people to understand. And that is why they will buy from you over someone else. They're looking for a reason. You have a cute shirt, but why should they buy from you over the boutique that they're comfortable with, that they've bought from 30 times before? Why should they buy from you? That's where you're going to convey that USP, or unique selling proposition. Another thing could be better service, faster shipping, things like that, right? And maybe this is the other side of it. Like, I have a client that has free shipping, and you know who you are, Christina. She does free shipping, but she wants to get out of it because it's hurting her profits, right? Well, here's the thing. If you think you're stuck in that, you're really not, because that may not be your unique selling proposition. Your customers may not even care about free shipping, right? Think about that. You feel like it's important, but do your customers feel like it's important? So that's what you need to sit down and think about. These bigger businesses that are getting lots and lots of sales, they are doing this kind of work. They are thinking about these types of things. And small businesses that don't really ever get off the ground don't think about things like this. And so that is what will put you above and beyond your competition. So the last thing that I want to say is, if you don't know what your customers care about, ask them. One of the most important things that I have learned in the last 8-10 years is to ask more questions and do less talking. Ask customers what they want. Ask them, do you like this product? Should we do this? What's important to you? Is free shipping important to you? Ask them the questions, and then you will know how to angle your marketing, your social media, your emails, and all the things so that it is attracting them and catching their attention. Does that make sense? So if you ever think about changing something, ask your customers. So like Christina could say, hey, is free shipping important to you guys, or would you rather something else, right? And, at that point, then I would again say, don't let your customers run your business. But it is good to get feedback and to find out what's important to them. And there are a lot of people in the younger crowd, I say younger, like 20s maybe 30s, that are more into sustainability and maybe made in the USA or things like that. Like, is that stuff important to your customers? So come up with a list of things that you think might be important and ask your customers. Now, you could do that in social media. You can do it in emails. You can go live like I am. Like, you will see, I'm always asking questions in this group and doing polls. I'm finding out what you want so that I can provide it to you, right? Because I don't want to waste my time creating something if it's not helpful. So whenever you start thinking about that, I want you to think about, what do your customers think makes you better than the next place, right? So that's all for today. I hope that was helpful to you guys. That is some advanced stuff. So if you don't have products on hand and you don't have a track record of at least selling a few $100s worth of things, you won't be able to dig into that stuff yet, but keep it aside, because when you start making sales, you're going to want to sit down and ask yourself these questions. And I'll be doing a training later this week on our social media marketing program that we are rolling out this week. We're super excited about it. It's going to help you with your social media. So look for that. I'll just be popping live. It may be announced, it may not be. So I will see you then. Bye.